Today I will run down a 2019 supernatural thriller film titled Sweetheart. Please be advised that there will be spoilers ahead of this video, so chill out and enjoy it as I narrate it for you. After she witnesses their party boat capsize during a storm, the film opens up with an awakening survivor named Jen on the shores of a tropical island. Once Jen realizes there is another yacht survivor on the shore, she heads out to him, but she finds Brad unconscious. Jen shouts hello for help, but it seems they're the only people on the uninhabited island. She notices a fragment of coral protruding from his abdomen. After removing the coral and stopping the bleeding with a piece of cloth, Jen dashes into the palm trees in hopes of finding drinking water. Luckily, she finds a coconut on the ground and uses a sharp rock as an anchor to open it up to get water. Then she hurries back to the injured Brad to make him have it. Jen cried the moment she learned that Brad had died from his wounds. Then she gets his flare gun before carrying the corpse to the island and burying him under the sand. A few minutes later, Jen discovers items in the woods that some people left behind. It seems something terrible happened to them because the picnic ice bucket and family pictures were left. She keeps a matchbox and spends the night beneath the palm tree leaves when the night falls. When she returns to the shore in the morning, Jen discovers a large number of dead fish, in addition to a small shark that has had its body torn apart by ferocious claws. Using the matches she found, Jen starts a fire in the evening and burns the dead fish that she pulled off the shore. Jen discovers Brad's body was dug up and missing the following day, and when she follows the blood trail, it leads into the palm trees. She then acknowledged that the island is home to a dangerous predator. Jen uses stone to carve a makeshift spear, trying to prepare for the worst. The following morning, Jen spots a luggage trolley when standing at the shoreline fronting the water, then swims after it. While swimming, Jen discovers a bottomless black hole in the ocean floor, not far from the beach. She got terrified and immediately swam out of the water. Jen finds shoes and other items that might be useful to her. She tries to fire a flare when a plane passes overhead during the night. However, she fires too late for the plane to spot her, unaware that she has awakened a frightening creature standing in the sea. Jen takes off running to conceal herself in the bushes. She becomes horrified when she hears the creature's heavy breathing and footsteps searching for her. It returns to the lake after searching fruitlessly for some time. Jen decides to fashion the sweet case and pair of life vests into a raft the following day, but her first attempt to escape the island turns out to be hazardous, and there is only one option. Jen has to go back to the island. She is certain that the monster will come again in the evening, so she decided to sleep inside the hollow log for protection. The unseen creature attacks Jen's log at daybreak, but it fails and returns to the sea, and Jen survives another night. Jen uses makeshift spear fishing to catch a small shark, which she later uses to bait the monstrous creature at night. But the creature merely tore the meat from the rope and disappeared. Zach's body washed away on the shore the following day. Jen noticed that he had wounds on his body when she retrieved him from the ocean. She later decided to use him as bait for the monstrous creature. Jen waits for the whole night in the hole to see what she might be dealing with, and when the giant creature emerges from the ocean, it devours the bait in front of her eyes. Now Jen knows that she's up against something dangerous. The enormous beast has two sets of eyes and is strong with sharp claws. Jen hears the plane pass once again, but she's unable to fire the flare gun since the monster is so close to her. Jen comes up with the idea to make a makeshift hammock the following day. She uses the belt and palm tree leaves to tie it between two trees. She made it as high off the ground as she could to make it uneasy for the monster to find her. When the day breaks, the monster emerges from the ocean, moving towards her. Startled, Jen pushes herself off the hammock and onto the ground. She then tries to run along the shore, however, the monster leapt into the water and chased her swiftly, effortlessly catching up with her. Jen hits the beast with her makeshift spear, but the monster's strong blow knocks her into the ocean. Luckily, the injured creature chose to escape and disappeared into the sea, leaving Jen injured and helpless. When the night breaks, Jen tries to treat her wounds before taking her first shower for a full week. Jen swims to a rescue raft in the water as soon as she spots it in the afternoon. She eventually finds her friends and the last two yacht survivors. Mia, the girlfriend of the dead Brad, and her boyfriend Lucas. All three make it to the shore. Jen became ecstatic about seeing her boyfriend again, and they shared an emotional reunion. Lucas promises her that everything will be alright because they have survived the stormy weather. However, Jen proposes to Lucas and Mia that they leave the island right away because it is not safe at all. She tells them about a huge and extremely dangerous monster that takes the island as its hunting grounds. Jen shares her experience and issues a warning to them that the danger of it will kill them if they don't leave this place immediately. Lucas and Mia don't believe any part of her story, thinking she is having hallucinations. Lucas informs Jen that he and Mia aren't ready to leave the island, stating that they want to have more fun at the beach. A little later, Jen discovers that Lucas's pocket knife has some blood stains on it, and then she becomes suspicious of Lucas and Mia's relationship. After making multiple attempts to persuade her boyfriend to leave the deadly island without listening, Jen makes the decision to sail in the raft by herself, and once the two notice that she is fleeing, they run to stop her. In the middle of the confrontation, Mia knocks Jen unconscious, and a few hours after dusk, Jen wakes up and finds herself roped to the palm tree. As soon as they are certain that Jen won't try to flee again, Mia promises to release her. Jen tries to convince Mia of the life and death dilemma, but she is not convinced yet. Lucas confronts Jen about their troubled relationship when he comes back. He thinks that Jen is making up all this to ruin his happiness by taking the raft. Jen begs her boyfriend to untie her before asking him about what happened to Zach. However, they get interrupted when Mia screams in the water when the amphibious creature attacks her. Lucas grabs the scorching torch and runs to assist Mia, but he runs back to the shore only to watch how the monster easily pulls and drags Mia into the ocean. Jen managed to untie herself, and when she meets a terrified Lucas hiding on the tree, she tells him that the monster comes during the night, so they should pack up and try their chances on the raft. Before leaving, Jen uses the last stick of the matchee to light fire and burn the fish. Jen is horrified to learn that Lucas and Mia killed Zach and threw his body overboard when she gets on the raft, because it's evident that everything inside is covered in blood. The sea monster suddenly strikes the raft, and by using its sharp claws, the creature pierces the raft's layers. Lucas uses the flare gun to scare away the monstrous creature, but it quickly pulls Jen out of the raft and drags her under the ocean. Jen uses the pocket knife to fight back. The monster releases Jen out of pain, but it turns back to the raft and drags Lucas inside the black hole instead. After resurfacing in the water, Jen manages to reach the coast. Now her prospects of getting off this dead island are getting smaller. Jen finds the winds have nearly put out the fire when she gets back. She lit the fire again with the help of her jungle skills. Initially, she writes down herself and her friend's encounters with the monster in the journal with the intention of aiding the shipwreck victim, who might later be washed to this island. Jen prepares herself with makeshift spears for battling the monster because she's certain that it will attack once again. Jen exhumed the sharp bones of the departed family as weapons. She knotted a great deal of embers and wood. The creature swims ashore during the night for its fiery final hunt. Jen lures the monster inside the burning woods. She uses her spear to attack the creature and hide. The monster simply hit her when she attacked again with a single blow. Jen helps herself to stand up and strikes the monster multiple times with her knives and bones. After injuring the monster enough, Jen runs out onto the shore in order to hide herself. The monster gives her a chase, but it eventually collapses just a few meters from her feet. Jen seizes this opportunity to use her makeshift spear to put it to death. She then set the entire island on fire so that it could alert the fire and rescue team to spot the smoke and rescue her. This brings the movie to an end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to watch more of my videos. Have a good day.